What if the world's most famous vampire had to face his biggest challenge yet? It's not a monster. It's family. Welcome to the hilarious chaos of Hotel Transylvania. The story begins with a nostalgic flashback. A century ago, Dracula, our charming, quirky vampire, alongside his loving daughter Mavis, first opened the doors to the now iconic Hotel Transylvania. It wasn't just a hotel. It was a sanctuary for monsters from across the world, a place to be themselves, free from human judgment. Fast forward 125 years, and the hotel is thriving like never before. To mark this milestone, Johnny, a free-spirited human married to Mavis, throws a wild, over-the-top party. The decorations, extra, the performances, chaotic. And as for Dracula, well, let's just say he's not impressed. In the middle of the mayhem, Drac freezes the monster's mid-performance, using his vampire powers to bring order back to his carefully curated hotel. But beneath the surface, something is brewing. Mavis overhears a conversation between Drac and Erica, his adventurous wife, about the future of the hotel. Drac is planning to retire. For Mavis, this is thrilling news. But for Drac, it's complicated. He loves his daughter, but he's unsure about Johnny. Can a human really handle the legacy of Hotel Transylvania? Drac's doubts are tested when Johnny, in his usual hyper-enthusiastic way, shares big ideas for modernizing the hotel. The thought of neon lights and skate parks sends Drac into a panic. So, what does he do? He lies. Drac tells Johnny about a fake monster real estate law that prevents humans from owning monster properties. Heartbroken, Johnny blames himself for not being a monster. Enter Van Helsing, the eccentric genius who just might have the solution. In his underground lab, he unveils his latest invention, the Monsterification Ray. This bizarre device can transform humans into monsters and vice versa. Johnny, desperate to belong, zaps himself and transforms into a massive dragon-like monster. But things go hilariously wrong when Drac, in an attempt to change Johnny back, gets hit by the Ray himself, turning himself into a human. A stray blast hits Drac's closest monster pals, Frank, Wayne, Griffin, and Murray, turning them into humans too. Frank becomes a handsome hunk. Wayne sheds all his fur. Griffin is hilariously revealed to be completely naked, and Murray turns into a frail old pharaoh. Even Blobby transforms into a literal jello mold. To fix this mess, Drac and Johnny must travel to South America to find a rare crystal that powers the Ray. Their adventure is an uphill battle, literally. As a now human Drac faces the woes of mortality, like mosquito bites, sweating, and even piranhas, Johnny's monster side starts to shine. He grows wings, breathes fire, and uses his new powers to save them both from danger. Meanwhile, back at the hotel, the human-turned-monster crew struggles to keep their secret. But Mavis and Erica quickly figure out something's up, especially when they see the gang in their new human forms on the news. The duo races to Van Helsing, who drops a terrifying revelation. If Johnny stays a monster for too long, he'll lose all traces of humanity and turn into a mindless beast. As Drac and Johnny bond over roasted marshmallows under the stars, the moment is shattered when Mavis and the gang catch up to them. Feeling cornered, Drac admits the truth. He lied to Johnny because he was afraid of the changes Johnny might bring to the hotel. The betrayal cuts deep. Overwhelmed with anger and hurt, Johnny's monstrous form begins to grow out of control. He storms off into the jungle, leaving Drac and Mavis desperate to stop him. While Johnny's rage builds, Drac and his friends venture into a crystal-filled cave to find the key to saving him. But Johnny's rampage causes the cave to collapse. As the gang scrambles to retrieve the crystal, Mavis confronts Johnny, who has become a skyscraper-sized beast. She tries to reach the Johnny she knows and loves, but his pain over Drac's rejection keeps him consumed by his monstrous side. The final showdown unfolds as Mavis uses the crystal to try and restore Johnny, but it doesn't work. It seems hopeless, until Drac steps up. Face to face with the giant, raging Johnny, Drac does what he's never done before. He opens his heart. He apologizes. He tells Johnny that while he may not understand his wild ways, Johnny has brought joy, life, and love into their family. This heartfelt confession reaches Johnny's core. His humanity begins to shine through, allowing Mavis to successfully use the Ray to transform him back into his human self. Everyone is relieved, but their victory is bittersweet. They return to the hotel only to find it in ruins, destroyed by Gigi, Van Helsing's now monster guinea pig. Despite the devastation, Drac makes a bold decision. He passes the hotel down to Mavis and Johnny anyway, entrusting them with its legacy. 1 year later, Hotel Transylvania reopens, blending the classic charm Drac loves with Johnny's creative flair, workout rooms, and even tanning beds for vampires.